Hi, Assalamualaikum everyone. My name is Ahmad Faisal Aiman, and for today, I would like to present our group presentation, which is about bupivacaine hydrochloride injection. So, first of all, I would like to introduce our group members. So, this is Faris, this is Haikal, and this is Amir Hamza. Okay, so first of all, for my part, I will explain about just a brief introduction about this type of drug, which is bupivacaine hydrochloride injection. So this drug is actually exists in a sterile isotonic solution that contain bupivacaine hydrochloride in water. And this type of drugs actually falls under the category of stabilizing agent, also known as local anesthetic of the mild type. Okay, so next I will explain about the indications of this drug. So generally there are two indications of this drug, which is it is used in surgical anesthesia in adults, infants and children above 12 years old. And besides, the second indication is it is used as analgesia in adults, infants and children above 1 year old. And this type of drug is actually is used to prevent or relieve pain. And the one special thing about this drug is actually it doesn't cause sleepiness to the individual. Okay, so this is actually the table that illustrates about the route of administration and the dosage that is used for each of the route here. So next, I will explain about the formulation of this drug. And actually, bupivacaine hydrochloride injection is actually exists in preservative-free solution where there is no antimicrobial agent exists in this formulation. Okay, so that's the reason why this type of drug is actually, once it is used during the first time, and the remaining drug need to be discarded. Okay, the second important thing about the formulation of this drug is also about the pH range of this drug. Okay, so in order to perform the optimum function, so this drug need to exist in a pH 4 to 6.5. And the second thing is about the osmolarity. So this drug exists in the osmolarity about the range. The range is 270 to 330 milliosmolar per kilogram. Okay. On the other hand, this drug also requires some excipients in order to protect and facilitates this type of drug to the target organ. The example of excipient required are sodium chloride, sodium hydroxide, which is act as a pH adjustment, hydrochloric acid, and the last one is the water. Okay, so this is also the table that illustrates about the ingredients that is used to make the bupivacaine hydrochloride injection. So I think that's all from me. Thank you. Okay.
So proceeding to my part is the sterilization step involved during the manufacturing of bupivacaine hydrochloride. So the first sterilization step is that the manufacturer of bupivacaine hydrochloride must comply to the GMP or the Good Manufacturing Process that is administered by the Food and Drug Administration. So the GMP comply to produce and enhance and also control the quality and also the production of the bupivacaine hydrochloride. It ensures to prevent contamination and also lower the risk of parenteral contamination in the drug formulation and preparation. Apart from that, good manufacturers also must be acquired by the manufacturer so that they can produce little to no harmful to the patient taking the drugs. So good manufacturers consists of before, during and after manufacturing of the bupivacaine hydrochloride, so that the work area must be clean, the instrument involved in the manufacturing must be sterile, and the workers must not introduce any contamination to the drug preparation. So apart from that, there is one enhanced technology that can provide a sterilization step of bupivacaine preparation. The enhanced technology that is stated is blow, fill and seal technique. So this blow, fill and seal technique consists of 3 parts. The first part is container molding, second part is container filling, and the third part is container sealing. The first part is container molding. So container molding, as it name, means that mold the container. So the thermoplastic resin, which is the substance used for the container, is passed like a cylinder, and then it was closed at the bottom and also at the top of the thermoplastic resin. And the second is container filling. The nozzle is passed through the container and then fill the container with the bupivacaine hydrochloride and also any other substance. And the third is container sealing. And then the top part of the container is then sealed. Then we can then the product is finished. The product is finished in a container. So what is the advantage of this blow, fill and seal technology is that it does not involve human. It does not involve human in preparation of the drug. As we know, human that is involved in preparation of drug usually have high risk of introducing contamination and microorganism to the drug. So by using this technology, the sterilization and sterility of the bupivacaine hydrochloride can be determined and also lower the risk of contamination. So that's why this is one of the good technology to use in order to maintain the sterility of drug preparation. So the prepared container and the bupivacaine hydrochloride inside the container can be sterile again using autoclave. So autoclave at 121 degrees Celsius for 15 minutes. After that, it is good to be marketed. But apart from that, the bupivacaine hydrochloride that is contained together with epinephrine should not be autoclaved because it is unstable to eat. But instead, they can use gamma rays instead to sterile the bupivacaine hydrochloride.
So next we proceed to the next part, which is the sterility testing. What do you understand about sterility testing? Of course, it is a test, a simple test, which is used to check for the sterility. So, according to the quality control is one of the most important process in production and manufacturing, especially in high-grade pharmaceutical product, such as bupivacaine hydrochloride. So, it is crucial and important to ensure that the product have the acquired quality, consistency, and also the safety. So the most important part in safety is the sterility part. So this presentation we focus on the finished product of bupivacaine hydrochloride, which is we need to examine the integrity, consistency, and of course the safety before being marketed. So what do you understand about this process of aseptic processing operation? This is the first part where we need to do the sterility testing, which is the inoculation method. It is a process of stimulation process, which is the media is filled according to correct procedure, where the microbiological growth medium is exposed to product contact surface of equipment, container closure system, critical environment, and also the process of manipulation in order to possibly stimulate and initiate bacterial growth. So, what does that mean? So, it's actually very easy. It is actually inoculating any microbial contamination on the equipment, product surface, and much more, etc. And we inoculate it into the media field, and then we observe for a specific amount of time. If is there any bacterial growth or microbial growth or not. So in order to check for the sterility of the container, the perfectly sealed container is filled with my growth medium and then inoculated in order to detect and analyze the microbial contamination. So, what is the meaning of incubation? So we need to incubate the media field with possible microorganism for 14 days, which is approximately 2 weeks, and at about 30 to 35 degrees Celsius. Thus, we put it in the incubator. Environmental stimulation monitoring data, this data that we proceed can provide useful information, especially for the manufacturing line about the sterility and the procedure of the production of the drug. So next, this is the correct procedure for inoculation method. As you can see, we hit the test tube, the tip of the test tube first, and then before inoculation, and then we hit the inoculating loop before smearing the microbial, the possible microorganism into the media field, and then we heat up the tip of the test tube, and then we close it and we put it into the incubator for 14 days and at 30 to 35 degrees Celsius. So we proceed to the next, which is the pyrogen test. What is pyrogen? Pyrogen is a chemical structure. Chemical structure of lipopolysaccharide and other substance that are naturally produced by pathogenic microorganisms, which is also known as endotoxin. So, what is the LAL test? LAL is the Limulus ameboicide lysate test. This test is a simple test that detects the presence and concentration of bacterial endotoxin in the sterile finished products. So, through this experiment, we can do this sterility testing. We can detect the bacterial endotoxin and also determine by using this test the amount of the bacterial endotoxin and information concerning the sterility process. That's all from me. Thank you.
Okay, for my part, I would like to explain about the administration step of using bupivacaine hydrochloride. Okay, in general, this medicine is administered epidurally, which is directly inserted into the spinal column. It is injected into the spinal column. But after injection, the drug will continuously administered by using a catheter. However, a very careful precaution is needed to administer this drug because it may affect our sensory neuron. Okay, the one of the precaution that has concerned physician is if there is any leakage of this bupivacaine hydrochloride into our blood vessel. So, careful aspiration is needed in the treatment. Okay, first, a test dose of 3 to 5 ml of bupivacaine containing adrenaline are administered. Why need to administer with epinephrine? Because epinephrine may have a very obvious effect if there is any leakage into our blood vessel. After administered, if there is any leakage of our drugs mixed with adrenaline, we could see in 45 seconds, we could see the changes in the patient, such as the increase in heart rate and the vasoconstriction, palpitation, and so on. So, if we know there is no leakage, we can give the medicine continuously. But first, we need to administer with a smallest dose, and then we increase little by little until a desired concentration is needed. Even though there is no specific maximum dosage for this medicine, but we need to give this medicine until it is adequate to produce a sedative effect. Okay.